Love at the bank, gon' fuck with these niggas, don't ask why. Foot on the gas, one. No race, tryna heal from my past, learn from my mistakes. You know you fucked the right, and she come the next day. You know you overdid it when a bitch wanna stay. LV, top side 53. I let her money, but I never let her get to me. I got the secret ingredient, rest in peace. She gonna eat it up, yes indeed. Man, I been verified, fuck a blue check, nigga. On the beat, I come alive, and the pot start cooking. It's the banger when they come in, and the people start looking. People telling all their secrets and complain the guy took it. Hold on, smoke in the face, I gotta roll up. Step 1 foot in the club, it's about to go up. Remove that nigga respectfully, he don't know us. A couple shots right to the face, and now I'm tore. Whole gang, ooh, they lit. He was gangsta on the gram by the purse, he is shitty. I ain't judge you, baby girl, gotta get it how you get it. That's why, foot on the gas. No race, tryna heal from my past, learn from my mistakes. You know you fucked the right, and she come the next day. You know you overdid it when a bitch wanna stay.
Give me the cue. Cue is given. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the King Status Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Mortar King. I got my dog,
EdBuck.
and my guy. I'll introduce him myself. That's my guy, Jay Duce.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going
If I
on?
do say so myself, but you know. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
I'm good, bro. Good.
Yeah, we want to thank y'all for tuning back in and checking us out. I really appreciate it while we talk about all these real topics, and gonna laugh at some things. Might get a tear or two. Might just get one good tear. But one of the things I just wanted to touch on today, really talk about, especially us as Black men, and that I don't really always hear a lot of conversations about, is friendship, brotherhood. Like, we know we all have it. Like, you can always tell in our community who has that type brotherhood just by when you see someone greet each other, when they got special handshakes and everything. That's when you know, like, oh, there's a brotherhood there. So,
I mean, the hugs feel the same way too. Like when you see two niggas embrace, like not like on either any kind of man.
It'd be the hug after you clap somebody. It'd be the
sometimes
hug,
I feel like that's just one of those. Well, you said like after the handshake, yeah. I mean, like if you just do the like and you see like each other really embrace.
I'm not talking about one of them Jones where it's like, all right, nigga, it's the quick, like not them.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about like, yo, bro, like it's
talking
that
about the lean left and
Yeah.
right Jones, bro. What's
Oh
up
no,
with it?
sometimes I feel like that's just when, like, I do that with people when I haven't seen them in a while, and we just happy like, yo, and we know what that hug is like, bro. We both still alive. We both still active. We're both able to see each other, be able to still say this after all these years.
Do you do that with people you ain't really that close to though?
What, hug, embrace, like
the
like
type
that?
the type that we talking about though. Like I don't know. I feel like personally,
I feel like it's different types.
It's the type, the grip with it, the left and right, bro. Like
It depends.
That's
It,
what
it
I
depends.
don't know.
I may not have to talk to him like every day, like a close homie. But we know the ones that when we see, like, especially when I go back to Jersey or something, if I see somebody, it's like, bruh, like we ain't see each other in so long. It's really good to see you. It's like one of them. And it's that, like, just respect. Like we respect and know each other from way back. So
I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that because like even in Jersey, I'm doing that to people. I'm like, I know you. Like I ain't. We went to school and I'm gonna give you one of those. Nah, like if I went to school with you and I give you one, you was my man's type. Like
no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like if I go back home and I'm like, yo, like, but I say like sometimes it's just really like that first one is that, yo, we're just happy to see each other, like that we all still alive, especially like, you know, in the times we in, you know, how many people we watching pass now, and I'm like, and we still fairly very young, like as far as the life, very young. So and we're watching a lot of them like go. So, and one thing, to quote Omega Sci-Fi, they say friendship is essential to the soul. What you smirking over there for?
To start with a cute quote is crazy. I would not expect that. You got to be right on.
I love that quote. Friendship is essential to the soul, because one thing I want to ask you guys, and I'll start by answering. Give y'all mine first. What does friendship, brotherhood mean to you? And to me, it's really that family that's just not blood. Like I look a lot of, especially my friendships now in this adult life, and especially if we're around each other's kids and everything, that's a family to me. Like how you say, Jay, like you always say, like you always thank us for being part of your village, being part of the village. Now that's a real thing that we never
That's
really
dope.
hear,
Nah, that's
especially
dope.
someone say. You're the first person I ever
I'm about to
heard
say,
really
that
say
just
that.
busted my top too. I ain't
And
never
like,
heard that
and you
before.
always say it like, thank you for being part of our village. So what does friendship, brotherhood mean to y'all? And Jay, I want you also to elaborate on what made you say that, like, thank you for being part of the village.
Okay, I got you. That's why we pre-pod. But I
Yeah.
got you. You go first. I gotta add up into that point because now I gotta.
For me, brotherhood, friendship is like it all kind of like it mesh into one for me personally. Like, cause I don't really like my family was my brothers. It's like I didn't know how to really get outside of that shell because I got so many cousins. I got so much family. So I built that initial like brotherhood with them. And then when you get your friends and they just come around a lot, y'all just they just become family. Like what you said is just like you in particular, like my mom, you met my grandma, my sisters, my brother, like my family. So you being a friend is no longer like an acceptable word for me because you meeting too many people that's important to my life.
Right.
So it's like,
And that's why I said like that, not to cut you off. That's why I said like that. With me, it becomes like it's just family automatically when
mhm,
you start bringing people really in your space. See, I made that mistake, and you was there for that. I made that mistake a lot back then, like teenage years, like yo, just trying to embrace people.
yeah,
But then now, and one thing my brother always taught me was, especially because he always used to bring you up. One thing my brother taught me was just, yo, cherish your friends the way they respect you, because you don't always get that where you get friends that don't hate on you. They give you praise, like not praise you like the Lord or nothing, but they
yeah,
give you praise and they respect you, they encourage you, and they want to see you win.
yeah, for sure. Piggybacking off of that, it's like when you got them people, you instantly just know, like you can feel it, like
Right.
me and you, years and years and years, I can literally honestly like, yo, I ain't never heard bro say nothing foul about me, or somebody come to me and like, yo, bro was like this, or in some deep situations, bro ain't fold, he ain't run on me. No, it was like, yo, bro, we gonna go through this. It's us. Like,
Right.
so you build it becomes like something different to you, and like how I spoke to you before, like in certain friendships that we had with certain people, why I took it more personal because it's like, yo, for me personally, it's like, say us three right here, if we go out to Florida, anywhere, period, that's not somewhere that we used to, we all we got. So for me, if we go out LA, I might not initially have a certain bond with Jay like you do. However, when I get to LA and we out there for 3-4 days, Jay is my man now. Like I gotta look out for Jay in a certain type of way that I never looked at him before. Because if somebody try to pop off with Jay here with me, now you interrupting the piece that we came
Right.
out here with, or whatever the case might be. And it's, whatever I can say, whatever, do whatever, but in those instances, you my brother now. Like
Mhm.
No, facts. Traveling is it's a big thing how to bring people together quickly.
for
Mhm.
sure.
Like
Hey.
traveling, you learn more and more about each other because you isolated with somebody for a few days or a weekend or a week for some people. And you really gotta be able to, you gotta learn them enough to be able to, all right, he's too drunk. We gotta make sure he
Right.
good. Yo, he about to go run over here with this chick. We gotta make sure, keep an
Mhm.
eye on somebody. Yo, you learn people natural behaviors and you kind of develop, especially God forbid nothing go down when you go down on vacation. But if
Right.
it does, that will make niggas like brothers immediately. Cause like, yo, you had my back when
Right.
it could be over down here on some real
Yeah,
shit.
for
Some places
sure.
you go,
Yeah.
it'd be a
Yeah.
wrap.
And y'all been hearing me say that too for years, like, because my first experience like of us taking a trip was Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, but that's how I look at things. I'm like, yo, we all here trying to have a good time, but we all putting ourselves in that position of where we don't know anyone. So if something happens, it's like,
Right.
yo, we got to be there for each other. So I put that trust in that it would be the same for me. Like it'll be reciprocated. So, but Jay, I still need that answer.
Yeah, I got you.
What
I
do
got you.
what does friendship mean to you? Friendship, brotherhood mean to you?
for me, like I grew up, I have brothers and I have more sisters on my dad's side, but I didn't grow up with them. I grew up with two younger sisters. So brotherhoods for me, it starts from friendship, really.
Mhm.
Like I got lifelong friends. Like I call one of my friends my brother because he's been there since I was like 5. He taught me how
Yeah.
to ride a bike.
Mm.
Like that's like and nothing can ever change that in my life. Like
Yeah.
niggas can go like that's blood to me. Like I've had blood do more crazy shit to me than my friends. My friends have had my back from the rip.
Mhm.
So it's a like for me, it's seasons in your life where you don't. Some people just come to stay, and that's how I feel about it. Like you develop this rapport with somebody, but then it just takes another level.
Right.
Like it ended up being like, yo, you can like how do I put this correctly? You can be in any situation and know this person is going to have your back.
For sure.
Any
For
situation,
sure.
whether it be emotional, physical, anything that you can come across, you feel like this person that you call your brother now, in a sense, 'cause that's what brotherhood is. You're my brother.
Mhm.
Like if we meet strangers, though, that's my bro. What's up?
Right.
It ain't like, oh, that's just my friend. I just because some of that shit can look like a slight, depending on the situation. Like, oh, I really don't know that nigga.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
I don't ever do that, but I've seen it done. It's been done to me. So it'd be like, oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm very picky with how I label
That's
people in my
right.
life. And the reason I said thank you for being part of my village, because that's what I feel like it is when you have like my kid is the closest thing to my heart.
Right.
So if I'm trusting you around my child, especially without me there, oh yeah, we a partners, we locked in. The same thing with your child.
For
Like
sure. For sure.
if anything would happen, I know you got my kid back. I gotta know you got my kid back. And
Right.
I gotta be able to trust that because whatever I'm at, I'm not there. So
Right.
Right.
I need you to be able to fill me in and do and just have his back and have his front and
Mhm.
make sure nothing because it's crazy in this world.
Yeah.
Anything can happen any day. Like
Right.
life is very short. Don't take this shit for
Yep.
granted. So I think we need to get back to a community of more where it is a village around your children. So where your children have that friendship, that kinship, feels like you can correct somebody's kid, not to the much of a beating, because I don't beat my own child, but correct, yo, don't do
Right.
that. What you doing? I
Right.
call your parent or no, come on, you coming with me. And they know they have that rapport with you. It's not just a stranger. This is somebody I
Right.
grew up with. I had some old heads like that growing up, and I want my child to have that as well.
Yeah, we all had that. And to piggyback off what you said, like, because I definitely always say that. I said I automatically will correct the children that are around me because I said, oh, if we're around each other and all that, and we're family, we consider each other family.
Right.
I was like, I have that right. I feel like the same way you have that right to do with my child. The same way, if you see her doing something she ain't supposed to do, tell her don't do that if I'm not around. Like, because then I must be questioning you, like, bro, then what was going on? Like, why you just let them do that? Like, so that, and that's how I feel. And then it's also the influence thing, the what's being instilled in them, because I really had that talk with my family too. I said sometimes it's not about whether you physically put your hands on them, physically hurt them.
Right.
I said it's about what you instill in them. And
For
I
sure.
said the one thing I really always thank y'all and everybody around when they're around my daughter, as far as the family and friends, I was like, is
Love.
yeah, exactly. Cut that. I'm gonna say this over. Like one, like the one thing I always say is I'm glad when my daughter's around everybody, she she doesn't go anywhere where she doesn't feel love. Everybody gives her attention, everybody gives her love where she doesn't have to feel like she can't go to it. Like she can feel comfortable here. She can feel comfortable at our other friend's house, like my godson's house. You see, I just said like I'm thinking about just having my godson come stay over for the weekend. It's things like that that I just want them to, because I really didn't grow up with a big family. Like I have in the household, I have a bunch of siblings. I have siblings. So, but as far as like, I don't really have that many cousins my age and all that stuff. Like it's an age gap, especially like with me, like because I was like, other everybody else is like 80s babies. I'm like the first 90s baby, but then after me, it's like years go by. So I'm like in that by myself, which is why you can see me have friends like all around the same age. Like that's how me and him connected. It was just more like I was always outside because I'm like, yo, I don't have all the cousins to kick it with and everything. So I met him on the court. But it's one of those things, yeah, that like
Basketball court,
So
basketball
let
court.
me
yeah.
ask y'all a question. Y'all both got children or whatever. So like for y'all, how is it building those types of relationships through the children? Like I know your wife knows his lady, and they interact or whatever, and y'all get a chance to meet each other. How does that go? Like as far as like build for one, just building that friendship, the brotherhood, and then how does that translate with the children? Like how is that process like? Because it's not easy to meet somebody that you don't know and oh, all right, he's cool, he's good around my daughter, or oh, he's cool, he's good around my son. Like how do y'all build that
Okay.
type of thing?
If I can answer in general and mine and
I'm about
Jay's
to
in
say, yeah, it's two different
specifically,
ways.
yeah,
Different ways.
it's two
For sure,
different
I
ways.
would like
I'm
both.
gonna say because I'm gonna say my godson's father. Okay, that's a good example for me as far as like in general. It's one of them things like I know the mother's best friends, best friends forever, and then we both come in this relationship. So it's like, and I'm gonna be honest, bro. I never was one of them like as cool as I am and chill as I am. I never care for meeting people's boyfriends
For
and all this
sure,
stuff.
for
I
sure.
like that's just realistically me,
I
just
think
being
that's every,
honest.
I think that's every
But
nigga. It'd be
but
like
it
you in
was
your
it,
own
it
shit.
really became one of those like he was cool, but it was like when can you be the godfather? And you know how I am when I get asked things like that are like part of lifelong decisions.
Mhm.
I take that very personal, like
For
that. I'm
sure.
because I always say like I'm one of the people that when I'm considered, I take that very personally, like
For
when I'm
sure.
considered. So when I get asked to be a godfather, I literally text him and said, "Yo, because I'm going to be your child's godfather, I think it'll just, in all respect, that me and you start building a relationship because I know with my child." I
Hmm.
wouldn't just make somebody their godparent and I
And
don't
I
have
don't
a
know them.
relationship with them. So that's when me and him started kicking it more. We started going to the cigar lounge and
Mhm.
then eventually it turned into like us all together. But in mine and Jay's situation, it was just more like again the women, but then now the same crowd
Mhm.
a little. But I think with me and Jay, it was just more off of we just saw who each other was as a person.
Mhm.
And then it was just like, nah, it's just the respect there. Like, so it was just like, yo, and then I know Jay doesn't have any ill intentions. Like I always say, like he's one of the only few people in my life that I met where I'm like, yo, I don't feel like he talks about me when I leave.
Yeah.
Like I
Facts,
said,
facts.
like, yo, he
Nah,
doesn't give me that.
strong qualities from people
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
and that's what I always say. Like, and I always openly admit that. I always say, yo, when I get around people, the first things I start doing is learning how you move, how you lie, how you talk about people,
As you should.
and everything. Like, I just learn how you move, and I always say, like, he just doesn't give me that, like, where it's like I don't feel like he ever said nothing crazy like that was like like where I would feel like I would take offense to it.
Yeah.
That's why I always say, and like real quick, and just going back to what you said, like you never heard me say anything crazy about you, and you know how we kept it
Right.
together, which we're gonna touch on, how we kept it like together for so long, for like going on 20 years, is because every time we had a situation, we came straight to each other.
For
It
sure.
didn't get to the he say she say.
Mhm.
So, but that's my answer. Yeah.
For me, I can sum it up in like one word: is genuine. Like you get those genuine vibes, those genuine people, and it really kind of solidifies to you. Like for me, it kind of like I'm already very very observant. So like I peep my surroundings. I kind of like I'm an avid people watcher. Like even if we cool,
Hmm.
I'll be in the cut just watching, making like I'm just looking, making sure everything good because where I grew up, and it's good to like learn people you're around, know what makes them
Exactly.
tick.
Mhm.
Hey, yo, this just made them mad. Even though it had nothing to do with you, you know it makes them tick. So you know I can avoid that. I can do
Yeah.
that.
Right.
So in a sense, for me, once I see genuineness and I start to observe you differently, I start to observe you like a brother or a sister to
Yeah.
see how you are with the people you care about.
Hmm.
And for us, it was I just saw that you was genuine, that you loved everybody you was around. You came in with love, even sometimes when you be in your quiet bag,
Mm.
it's still like it's love there. You can see it. Like you just quiet because yo, I gotta learn everybody around.
Hmm.
Me, I'll talk and it'll be about nothing, but it just so nobody pays too much attention. Because
It's
when for me, I learned when I was younger, when you so quiet, motherfuckers just like, well, what? You're mysterious now.
for
And it,
sure.
and it becomes
For
like they get
sure.
kind of
I get
obsessed with
that.
what you
Yeah,
do.
I do
I
So
too.
I
get that.
always try and find a balance to where let me not be here. Like I'll catch myself like I ain't say shit in like 20 minutes. Yo, so like, yo, how y'all feel about
I,
that?
I'm about to say, I feel personally
It's
about stuff
crazy.
like that though. I feel like as long as your vibe, you can still feel that vibe in the air. Everything is still cool. Like literally, you saying about how he can be, and if you can be like the same way. bro can go an hour without talking in the room, but you can feel his presence in the room. Or bro was good. Same way like how you saying, it's like, yo, you might subconsciously feel like, yo, it's been 20 minutes, I ain't even talk. But in the same, you might throw a little something like to you, it might like, I'm not talking enough. But it might have been 1 or 2 sentences, and it's like, oh yeah, Jay here, like he here though, like so.
Okay, I'm different because I think the same exact way, but I think that more when I'm in bigger rooms, so to speak. I'm not saying like anybody's smaller and everything, but when we all build a rapport, so we all just chilling, just something on the screen, and we all just chilling. That's just us just chilling.
Yeah, now
Right.
I'm talking about very beginning.
But
like after you once it get to the kinship, it's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people like I had a hard time with that because I got told like people always, and he can attest to this. People would say like, "Yo, your boy seem like he don't want to be bothered." It's people that still think I don't like to talk, and that's why I always try to put it out there. I say, "Yo, the biggest misconception of me is that I don't like to talk. I just say I like just having stuff to talk about. Like I don't want to talk about everything." Like just like the shade room posted and everything like that, because it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect my life. Unless it really affects my life, that's when I talk about it. But it's not one of those like, I was like, yo, you just got to give me something to talk about.
For sure.
But
and that's one of my like, before you move on from that's one of my like podcast things I taught myself and made a staple when I wanted to do this. I can take anything that you see or hear a topic and bring it to some real shit. And bring it to I'm trying to bring it to some real concrete feeling thing to where it's not just the overall story.
Exactly.
That's what because I use shade room stuff a lot in my content because it's a buzz. So when people see, oh, I just saw they talking about Chloe Belly, just saw they talking about that, but then I tied in some real stuff about how we put our own ideas and insecurities on the people we don't even know.
Right. And see, look, and I respect that because that's the same thing like I would do. It's like, yo, let's tie it into everyday stuff, everyday people. Everybody's not being seen by millions of people every day where you got everybody to judge. So that's one of the reasons why I always say, like, yo, you can't really answer what you would do in that situation. Right. Like I said, like, I seen some funny comments about me. And I said, the one that hurt me was the one just more about my craft. I said, I saw things about how I looked and all that. I laughed with it, but it was about my craft because I was like, yo, I take that so serious. And I was more shocked than myself that I'm like, yo, that really just bothered me. Like, and I was like, but I know not to really let it bother me again. But it was just like, yo, like, because I know how much I'm putting into like my craft. So it's like, dang, like they don't like it. Even though I knew what the flaws were in it. And like, and one of the only things was really like, because my biggest interview, I was like, that was my like third person I ever interviewed. So it's like, I went just like this. Like I went to like the most popping artist in the city.
You go from going from talking to regular people to somebody that's established.
Yeah, like
so
to like 250,000 followers. Like,
that's how this go.
And that's why I was like, I'm like, yo, I was just a little nervous. Like
people have to put in account too. It's like what you just said is like, everything ain't for everybody. So it's like, it's easy to say, man, if I sat next to her, I would have been chilling. I would have, man, what's up, girl? Until you get in front of them, it's like, that's really them. Like,
exactly.
And it's like, yo, I listen. Like, or it's like, not to say it like you can understand fandom, but it's like the same way. I won't say that people will strike me. However, if I see them, it's like, that's really them. Like, I'm in the same facility or whatever.
You know what I think it was? It was the overwhelming because I know what it could have, like, really could have been.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
That's
the opportunity.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
And at the same time, this same artist, right after that, I think went up to Funk Flex. And I was like, yo, they seemed just a little off when they was freestyling. And somebody close to me said, because they was nervous. And I was like, oh, the same exact feeling. And it wasn't that it was bad. It's just like, you could have been like,
everybody.
Oh, if I kill this, if I kill this, I'm up in a certain way.
Exactly.
Especially in New York. You can get a lot of bread out there.
And this artist did redeem himself.
For me, like how I always talk to you, it's like, it's that opportunity. It's like that being great moment is right there. And it's like, am I ready to be this great?
It's
like,
overwhelming,
yeah,
bro.
for sure, bro. For sure.
It's the same thing, like how I always say in sports, like what just happened. Jalen Hurts and Mahomes been to the Super Bowl before. He may not have won, but now he's
no. He has.
No, I said Oh, he
Hurts,
doesn't.
No, Hurts don't have it.
No, I know that.
Mahomes won one already.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
won
this is
one. He
second
won
ring.
one first.
I
and then
didn't know
lost
that.
one.
He beat the 49ers.
But see again, because before, and I'm glad that we're talking about this real quick because I said this about when they went in at halftime. When I saw that boy come out, when I saw his eyes, I know the locked in eyes.
Mhm.
Like when it's like, and then the way he started playing, I was like,
It's all
no,
or
I saw
nothing.
that when he walked back.
Mhm.
I was like, I saw that locked in because
Nigga, you saw them perks.
Yeah,
you
nah.
saw that morphine. You saw they shot that nigga up with a horse tranquilizer. He was.
Oh, don't
wired.
get me wrong.
He
Fly
was
Eagles
wired.
fly. Fly
He-
Eagles
no,
fly.
no, that's just
But I
football,
got,
you know.
but I
You
gotta
know.
give. But I'm just saying
Nah,
off
for
of
sure.
what I
Listen,
see.
bro, that's-
Who cares? The perks
he
made him
gets
more
all the
focused.
credit. He gets all the credit. He's the best quarterback in football right now and can go down as the greatest quarterback in history. That like
Yeah.
nothing away from
He having
Mahomes.
one of those type
Just
of
that
runs.
moment,
like,
he was high.
He having them runs. Like it's people in general, but especially in sports, it's them certain types of runs that you have. It catapults you right there. Like he been a starter for five seasons in a row. He played in the championship game all 5 seasons.
Facts.
So it's like, if you do it one time, it's cool. You do it once in 7 years, it's all good. He did it 5 times in 5 years. Been to the Super Bowl 3 of those times. So it's like, oh yeah, little bro's coming up.
And that's why I'm just like, when you've been at that stage before, like you
especially
feel
multiple times.
And some of the, like, before we get complete off topic, I'm gonna just say this last thing. One of the things I saw, because I know somebody else a little close to that situation as far as the Eagles, I was able to see some things, and I'm like, yo, are they partying the night before? I said, I said, I'm different. If this is my first time going to Super Bowl, bro, I would probably be locked in a room, like so locked in, like just to be like, yo, this is my moment.
I would rather be more so like stressing, not getting sleep, being so hyped from the game in the crib than being out and trying to not focus on it.
It's not necessarily they was out, but it was still like, yo, in them moments, especially my first time, like
it wasn't
like
like
locked
locked in
in,
that you
yeah.
expected. It was more.
Yeah, like I
but
feel
hey,
like,
man, money, man. That's the
yeah.
money. I'm in Arizona. I'm in the Super Bowl.
You take
My
no,
phone going crazy.
I got 25
feel
million in
that.
the bank.
I feel that.
We the best team in football.
I feel that, but
Like, especially, I don't know who you were saying you were closely watching. Like some people I watch.
I'll tell you off camera.
Some people I watched. Well, I can bleep and cut anything we need out. It's not live. Remember. So like if you ever slip out, just let me know to.
Oh no,
bleep.
it wasn't a slip because I wanted to still.
No, I know.
flow,
I'm saying, but if you ever wanted to,
all right, but I'll tell you off
just
camera.
get some
though.
shit off and we bleep or some shit. But the shit was like
I always wanted to say that too.
what?
My fault. Go ahead. I'm gonna say it off camera. I always wanted to say that.
Oh yeah. But no, I just think it was a learning experience for our team. I'm kind of glad we made some adjustments already because I mean, the only reason we lost that game was defense, and it's the best. It's the best coach going down he's a top 5 coach to me. Andy Reid is the guy.
For sure.
So it's hard for a defensive coordinator to plan for that man, but. If you saying we saying, and I don't know who you saw partying, but the people I saw partying, them niggas still showed up.
No. Oh, no. Okay, then I'm all right. I'm gonna definitely tell you off camera. But all right. So just switching gears, going back on topic. What would y'all say are the top 3 things that make a good friend? What are the top things that make a good friend to you? I'll start. I'll say loyalty.
Sure.
Simple. Respect. Simple. And consideration.
I'm about to drink chance you though. What's the difference between loyalty and respect?
Oh man, here we go.
Until you get your drink chance moment, we're gonna give it a little early preview before you get on drink champs. Speak that into existence already. But what's the difference?
What's the difference?
I think about this question a lot because of that show.
What's the difference
like
between loyalty and respect?
like
Everybody got a different answer.
In some ways, I think everything that I said realistically ties on to one, including like the consideration. I think that kind of goes with respect and loyalty because the consideration of, yo, how we were saying earlier, like how you was telling somebody, yo, he wouldn't put me in that situation anyway. Like he's not like that. He wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And if he definitely would, he would definitely warn me. But it's one of them things. So I would probably say that's one of them loaded questions I gotta think a little hard about. But if I really can say, probably all three of my answers probably really do tie into one some way, like just all that
Mhm.
one. And I guess like it all ties in with time too. Not that the years matter,
Mhm.
because realistically, you became one of my closest friends, and you're probably the one that I known the least amount of time.
Mhm.
But it's one of them. So I'll just say they all tie into one, because
Yeah.
either way they all like lead to the same thing.
I was gonna say the first two, loyalty, respect, and the third was more like consistency. And like
I
Mm,
was
and this
thinking
and
that
this
one
and
too.
it's not even really being consistent on if you're right or wrong. It's just being consistent and just being there.
mhm.
Like
And to me, that ties in with loyalty.
yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Like it's like what you said. They all kind of like run into each other for different reasons though. Like somebody could be loyal to you and not respect you. Somebody could respect you and not be loyal to you. So it's like I feel like maybe if it's uh a mesh of all three.
mm,
Mine would be off the rip. Number one would be honesty in right, wrong, or in different situations. Like you don't have to correct your brother or your sister in public, or your friend or your wife,
For
but
sure.
correct them at some point. I don't need no yes men around me. Nobody is just here
mhm,
because they see the wave or see what's coming, or afraid of offending you so much that they won't say anything ever to
mhm,
challenge you. Next for me would be a strong proponent of that is commitment. Like a friendship, it takes commitment. Like, yo, if we agree to be somewhere, you gotta be there. If we agree to do this, you gotta be there. Show
right.
up. Showing up is big for me. Showing up for me is big because I don't expect people. I don't expect nothing from nobody. That's one thing I live my life by. I don't
It,
expect you to do anything. I don't care. You could be my best friends. I still don't expect nothing from you.
Let me cut you off real quick,
Go ahead.
because you know how I was just saying I was just getting told like, yo, y'all are more alike in so many ways than y'all probably know it. Bruh, I think the same exact way. Cause I always say that even when I get asked to be in a wedding, being a godparent or something, I always send that text or call later. Yo, thank you for uh allowing me to be part of your big moment, because I don't expect no one to do
Hmm.
everything for me, or just expect to consider me or want me to be a part of things like that, because everybody has someone in mind. Everybody may look at each other differently. Like I may look at you like a brother, you may look at me just as a friend. Like so you never know
Hmm.
until like like you
Hmm.
find out, and then you learn where to keep those boundaries. But I definitely feel the same way. Like that's why I say consideration to me is such a big thing. Like if I'm considered, if you want me to be a part of your moment like this, then I'm like, I don't take that for granted.
It's funny to hear him say that because for a long time that's really how he speak. Like I don't expect nothing from anybody. So
Mm-hmm.
it's it's cool to hear stuff like that because that's how you know. Like yo, I'm not expecting it from you. If you go out your way to give me your personal time, like time is everything for
Facts.
everybody. You don't know if I'm gonna
Can't
be
get
here
it
in the
back.
next 10 minutes. We can do this
Right.
joint. We go get in the car and it's over. So it's like the fact that you allow me to me personally, even in this aspect, you allow me to be here to gain that with you. It's cool to me because I don't know you.
No, facts.
Mm.
And I always been a big fan. If he trusts you, if he get around you and you cool, you gotta be some type of dude. Like have to be because for
Yeah,
the
walking
for
with credibility.
yeah,
Mm.
for the same reason why people they used piggybacking off what he said earlier, they used to ask me, why you hang with him? Like, what's up with your man? Why he just because he's not friendly as they might want him to be to them. But it's like, bro, you my man. It's like he don't gotta be cool with you. And it's the same thing. And I used to walk like that back then. So it's like it's funny a little bit to see us like trade places because he'd get cool back then. And it's like, bro, I ain't banging with bro. Like that's your man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then something, it'll happen over time, and I'll be like, bro, that's why you can't be doing that with everybody, bro, and whatever,
And
and
and not to cut you off, I think that's where I seen the similarities in both of y'all. Like y'all are very overprotective when it comes to things, because y'all know like who I seen you be it with, and you being like that with me. It's because when you do it with genuine people, people that aren't, they're really good people, they don't hurt nobody.
right.
Y'all hate to see like anything be like the same way you would look at your child, like in a way,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't want to see nobody take advantage of you, like at
Mm-hmm.
all. I don't care at what level. And I did see both of y'all display that a lot.
Yeah, I take friendships and family very seriously.
For
My
sure.
last thing is loyalty, But yeah, I take that kind of shit very seriously because like one, if you hurt him, you hurt me.
Exactly.
So and then two, if I need somebody to watch my back also. So because you never know what's going on. So if somebody does something that your person don't see, you gotta check. Like for me, certain things have repercussions. Like I don't get involved in everything, but if I see it and I'm there, I gotta get involved.
Yeah.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Because
depending what level it takes you
for
to.
me, whenever I got in trouble as a kid, the biggest question I always got, well, where was you at? If somebody got hurt, well, what did you do? And if I had experience to where I could have been there for a friend and wasn't there, so that shaped me to be like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And
Oh,
my
go
fault,
ahead.
the culture. And for me personally, it's like when you grow up in a certain environment, you got so many different types of friends too.
Mhm.
So I got Jay, he the homie, he got my best interest for everything. I got Millie, he got my best interest for everything. I got another person where they could care less what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Like, or he see me slipping, he ain't going, yo, bro, come on, bro, tighten up. Or, yo, why you talking to them like this, bro? Like, you know that's not going, you know, like you
Yeah.
said, somebody that's going to correct you. You're not blasting me in public, or it's like, yo, bro, this ain't it.
Yeah, we ride in public. As soon as we get in the car, like, what the fuck? You could why'd you create that situation?
Yes. And for me personally, he been that guy for me. I did a lot over as long as we known each other. I did a lot of stuff, good, bad, indifferent. Feel me? Never once bro, you doing like he never chewed me out in public. Never told me I was right. Never told me I was wrong. He gave it to me how yo, bro. If you gonna do it like this, just make sure, because if it come down on me, I'm gonna have to keep it real. I can only respect that because you my brother. You only want what's best for me. So if a situation that's bad come to you, you might diffuse it right then and there, but you checking me about it like, bro, it's going too far because it's getting back to me. So if it's getting back to me, somebody that's not gonna talk, imagine what it's gonna do if it gets to somebody that don't like you.
Facts.
So,
and then for me, even in those situations before you go, I don't even like the aspect of somebody coming to you like, well, Brady was talking crazy shit about, well, what you do? you just, so he just ran it down and you just was like, man, that's crazy.
Sure.
You just
sure.
like, I can't wait to tell this. No, I'm who you talk? And even if it's friendship, like say you had a problem with my man and we all cool. Yo, Buddy was talking crazy. He what? Yo, we all here. I just heard some crazy ass. What's going on? And it's that simple. I hate, like you said earlier, he say, she say, back and forth.
Yeah.
You can call the person directly. End it all.
And some situation, like I've been in a situation, he was right there too. I was in a situation before, some dude walked up on us. He was asking like, he was looking for he was looking for my brother. That's the he was looking for my brother, but he came up like
he wanted to smoke how it appeared. Let's say that how it appeared. It's not what you say, it's how you were saying it.
Yeah. So this dude was looking for my brother for his baby mom reasons, like things he heard. But so my brother's like, he's probably like where the camera is. Me and him trailing behind, like just chopping it up. We were a group of people. So he walks up and he's like, "Yo, which one of them is such and such?"
That's such a confident thing to say. You must feel like you got everything.
But the person I am, and this is not me being a tough guy on it, but this is my brother. So going with you like the protection thing, and especially because of the situation it was, I said, "Oh, he could have ran him and killed him for the situation." But like, so when he asked that, so in my brain I go, if he's asking which one is which or who's who, that means he doesn't know. So now let me turn around and face him, and I ask him, "What you need? Who want to know?"
Yeah, brother. So you asked, he was like, "Who wants to know?"
Like, because, and then when he started chopping down the situation,
it went from
I didn't allow him because like realistically, I don't even think my brother knew what was going on because I let him keep pushing.
Oblivious.
Because like I said, because at this point, this is when I turn around like, oh, why do you need to know? Like, because obviously now I know you don't know him, but the situation, and I'm not gonna go in the situation.
Yeah,
I know
you don't gotta
people
go
would
in
love
I
it.
would just say this.
People can get it.
People will love to hear it.
Just say this part though. You didn't let him fuel himself up. You didn't let him start gassing himself up to feel like I'm gonna do something anyway.
Yeah.
It was
but this situation is like, I'm like, oh, I could have been like, oh, he right there, and he just come up, just start poking him, like just like doing anything, like. So I was like, so that was just one of them moments, just instinct. Like even another situation we was in that only a few people was around, but he's the only one that can really tell the story how it happened, where a lot of people might not think I have this in me, but it was just
Ooh,
it
wait.
was one of them
I know what you're
situations.
talking
Like
about.
I
Yeah.
was like, because I was talking about it with somebody. I say, you know what's crazy? Sometimes you in them situations, you really don't know if your fight or flight is going to kick in.
Nah,
Like,
for
so in
sure.
that moment, I was like, I didn't think, because I was like, yo, it's a situation, regardless of if he's involved or
Yeah.
if my brother's involved. That's what I was looking at. I was like, yo, if this is happening,
It's
I'm
funny.
like,
I was gonna
yo,
bring that story up too, off of the friendships and stuff like that, because going back to what we were saying, it's like, yo, in those types of situations, you my man's 100 grand. However, I know where I'm from and how I can get if it has to go there. I know, like, we've been in a plenty situations, but it never went this far. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so at the same time, you have to question yourself, and that's
like,
it's not a slight to my man. It's more so just
Yeah,
like
a
a.
lot of things until the situation rise stuff, then
So
you
it's
really
like,
know.
and
it
because
was
this situation, it was guns involved and
yeah,
stuff
and it
like.
was really going
Bleep.
going back to
Yeah.
what you were saying.
Oh.
Like when people say, if they was in that situation,
Yeah,
if
go
I
ahead,
was in
go
that
ahead.
situation, it's like, yo, personally, that's my man. Like, I got 100 million stories with my bro. Like, ultimate praise forever. Bro is my man. I'm from a certain type of place. I don't know where bro is from. Like, I
Mhm.
know people that you grew up around. Da, 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 da. I don't know what you grew up around and what you got
Right,
into.
right.
I can tell you plenty stories of how I grew up, and you'd be like, oh, I can understand. However, back to the point, I never knew that bro had that in him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so for me, it was extra gas for me. So I'm like, oh, all right. So now I 100% know, like, if it was to ever go here, bro got a timer with him too. Like, it might take a little longer, or it might just take something that in that, in that aspect to shoot him straight there. However, I was just thankful, like, oh, all right, so I know guns blazing, bro he here with me. I can't run on that man, because
Oh
he
yeah.
at this point he down to lose his life for me, and it don't have to be for me, but he ready to lose it with me.
Yeah.
So I have to take that as, oh, you ready to die for me? I have to go about that for you. Like,
Yeah.
so
And it's something, and it's people we was hanging around that time too that were there, that after all these years when me and him actually talked about that situation for real, I can see why he feels like he can't go back to, like, he can forgive, but he can't forget. He doesn't want to be around, because that's mainly who I am. Like, when you mess up, that's all I have to see. I have to believe that's who you are.
mhm.
So, but in this case, it was somebody I was closer with and all that stuff, and I didn't want to believe everything like that. I didn't want to believe it. But when, like, after he said that too, like when he was talking about it, he was like, "Yo, you know why I can't like really be cool with him anymore? Because after a situation like that, how can we not be cool? Like, how
Mhm.
can we have any real conflict to where we're not hanging around each other and talking and stuff like that? Like,
And like, my father cut to my thing with that situation more was, so we already had hiccups becoming friends. Like, I'm a clown. I might have joked on you in ways that only y'all two can joke. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, oh, all right, we all around each other. Pardon me. I'm a kid still at the time. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, bet. As we get
oh
older,
yeah, we were still like
it was like
just coming out of
17, 18.
teenagers
But I
and
feel you,
all
but
that stuff.
sensitive for me is a big major friendship like turn off. Pause, because I don't feel like that sound weird. But red flag. Like sensitivity when it comes to certain things, it'd be like, oh no, like you'll
Mhm.
get me in too much now.
Yeah.
Because if you get sensitive over a joke, and or this person can't joke with you, but like say it's one of my people, no, they just like if you don't understand the vibe you create,
Mhm.
and you just oh no, he said
For
like
sure.
I definitely want like my like brother has that like thing with him. Like he's funny as hell, but only funny with certain people.
Right.
And but he won't let the vibe get to that if he don't want to be funny around them. He'll
Yeah.
be stern, he'll be and you'll be like, what's wrong?
I got
And
a
the people
brother
who
the
don't know
same
be like,
way.
what's wrong? Like he
Mhm.
he not no, like he gotta get warmed up.
It's
Right.
it's 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 a little weird sometimes though, because it's like how we been around it for way too long, and
Mhm.
it's like the vibe. Sometimes the vibe be too on fire for you to try to cool it like this. So, or is sometimes it seems like when the vibe is like that, somebody throwing it off purposely, like,
Mm.
and it feel weird because it's like, bro, you know what we here for.
Mm-hmm.
I would never slight Jay because bro booked me around, bro. Like,
Mhm.
so I know you 100 grand, period. Before I even gotta know who you are 100%, I know at least you stand on something because this man bang
Yeah,
with
you
you.
trust your man's judgment.
Yeah.
For sure. So it's like sometimes you in certain situations, and it's like, bro, why are you acting crazy if we brought these people around you? You should know 100%. I would never, because I don't even want to engage with that. Like, if and if you, especially you, Mike, can attend, if you come from the trenches, bro. Once you get older and you get into a certain, all of that is
Turn, yeah.
so it's like, bro, I come from here. I ain't trying to get him back. I was doing that when I was 14 or so. I was, bro, I'm double that age now, bro. I'm trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
And every chance I can, I want the greatest vibes. I want every time somebody come through the room, yo, bro, we going up today. Or, oh man, I just met them. Yo, they cool. I can see us hanging up. I want to create that.
Yeah,
create
one
that.
love no matter what.
For sure.
And so I want to get into this real quick. So, what do y'all think makes like a lifetime friendship? Like what is like the key thing you believe? Like I believe it's cut this real quick. 'Cause I just had it in my head. It was
All
at
right,
the front of my brain.
Real quick.
All right, go ahead.
But go ahead. Talk to what you trying to get to the front of your brain.
No, I'm thinking like I'm like I just had going back to the public correction thing. Yeah. You're doing a good job.
I was wondering.
I think it makes it. I think you helped me
Mhm.
not make it more
Yeah, like,
podcast. Like it made it more like
yeah.
genuine. So I don't know. You might have to
Nah,
stick around.
that was funny because in my head I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm a perfect middleman for y'all. Like I feel like I'm a good
Yeah.
like bridge gapper. Like I don't. Most of the time, I'm not really good. Like I tell people this in real life too. I'm not really good with starting conversations. I'm really good at finding my way in between it all, though. Like as long as somebody say something first, I'll kill everything else. But like if it's like a damn, I gotta say that shit first, I start thinking to my heart starts racing.
And that's
I'm
kind of like
man,
how Rocky and Mikey was. That's why I was like, all right, I'll just quarterback it. Like,
yeah. Well, that's cool though. I was just I was thinking too. I'm like, damn, I hope I'm not like too quiet because like every time y'all talk, I like to like.
no. Everything's good.
That's one of the part of these things that take people forever. You doing well. People take forever to learn how to hop in the convo.
Yeah. And honestly, with podcasting, because like sound bites, it's better to not talk over each other. Like it's just so much better for the quality anyway.
Yeah, I make sure I ad lib for people though, because for cut, like whenever I cut a clip, if you ad lib, I'm cutting ad lib because it's a good break for the audience. Because like, let's say you want to watch this clip, but it's a minute and 10 seconds. If it's just I'm talking for a minute and 10 seconds, 97% of people go 30. Fuck that. But if it's like, oh shit, there's no nigga in the room. Oh,
unless I start like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
unless
yeah.
like I'm doing some shit like
you make
that.
it super interesting. That's why like even in our club, I added all that extra shit. So like,
Yeah.
Boom, all right, niggas is no matter what. So, oh shit, you about to switch. Oh, what the fuck just happened?
Who that section that just got over?
Oh shit, it just started back over. Yep, got 2 views out you, nigga.
Got 2 views out you.
Nah, that's real as hell though.
That shit, man. Hey man, we in the views is dollars almost in a sense.
I'm the new
It
king of
is
this shit.
nowadays streams views. But what do y'all believe keeps like that 20-year plus friendships going? And I'll say the public correction thing. That's one thing I don't do because I don't respect it. It's one thing I said I will never do that and make you look bad in front of someone else, because what type of friend am I? And that's where that consideration comes in, and the loyalty and respect thing. It's I'm not gonna make you look bad in front of somebody, especially if I'm trying to correct you and it's like somebody we kind of just met. So then now this is how they know him, and it's like like just take a seat. Even if we are in public and I just like whisper to you like, yo, just take it down a little. But I would never be like, yo, you know what, you messed up and all that stuff, and we got these strangers. I'd be like, no, I'd rather it be when it's us one-on-one. One, so you don't think I'm being a tough guy, like, or nothing like that. Like, oh, he's just acting like this because this person's with him. That's why I like doing it more in person too. So then it's not like, oh, you getting tough over the phone. It's like, no, I'm gonna look you in your eyes and all that. But I should be able to do that same way when everyone, my friends and close friends, brothers, correct me. I don't sit there and look at them like, oh man, this guy just hating on me. He just want to like lecture me and all that stuff. I'm like, no, he don't want me to look like no damn fool. So, but I think that's one big thing because I always say like, if we have each other's number and you go and we have a situation and you go on social media and put everybody else in it, like, and then you bring them all to the issue. It's no going back for me. I'm sorry. It's no going back for me because I'm like, yo, you could have called my phone and I thought we just had that much respect for each other where we don't have to put the world in it when we could have fixed it in 10 minutes probably. But now that you brought everybody else in it, putting it on social media, now it's no going back for me. And that's just who I am personally. But what do y'all think?
Shout out to a couple of the homies that heard me say that too, man. Like, if that's your dog, don't never take it to social, bro. Like, that go for anybody.
That's for me with anything.
I'm 100% backing off that. Like, yo,
rather put the boxing gloves on.
Nah, for sure. It's like, yo, I'll go to some of the deepest extents with my friends before that, like, because it's like, yo, once you blast, you put I call them fans. Once you bring the fans in, or you bring the peanut gallery, bro. Now, it give me that like, yo, if you would do this, what else would you do?
Exactly. I mean, and it elevates the situation.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
now everybody has an opinion now.
Now I can't even walk where I want. If I walk in certain rooms, they're gonna be asking me about it, and that's crazy. Like that kind of reminds me of John Morant too. Go ahead.
Or it's the they don't have the courage to say it, but you can see it. Like, I just walked in the. That's it. And you just know, you can feel like, oh yeah, they saw that. Like they knew, they seen bro post it, or they didn't seen the 50 comments. Like, you know what I'm saying? This that John.
Yeah, because with me and him, anytime, because realistically, with me and him, it was always like, it felt like somebody else trying to sabotage it. Like, it was never like nothing that just happened. It's always somebody else trying to make it because people, I really believe people didn't like seeing us as cool as we were. Like, because, like, you know, in our community, it's not normal. Yeah, like, to always be like, y'all just cool all the time. Y'all been cool for this long. Like I said, we're going on 20. So it's like a lot of people don't like seeing that because they don't have it. But that says a lot about you. To me, that says a lot about your character and who you choose to be around. To me.
Specifically, a situation I know you remember easily. We came back on that bus ride, and me and you took a certain way, and somebody else took a different type of way. Or no. Actually, I'm lying. I took a way dolo, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all might have took a different way.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly
longer story shorter, either if it transpired on the bus or the walk, in that person's case, it probably was I got him. And then
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think we went upstairs. Yeah, we went upstairs though. Like once it was yo, let me holler at you. We went upstairs, correct? To talk about it. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say we might have went upstairs to get away.
Oh yeah, we did. We went in the kitchen.
Went upstairs to get away, and it was like that was for me personally. I think that was like my first real, like, for one, outside of me already knowing that we was cool and we was tight. That kind of solidified us being that brotherhood for me personally. Outside of, situations, it was more so if let's say if we didn't get past that, how everything could have shaped up, like, and it was just because somebody wants to be funny. So in my head, it was like, no,
they made a situation bigger than what it was.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
We already had an understanding, but because somebody else learned the situation, now they threw their opinion in it, and it's like yo, we already had this understanding.
Real quick though, just to answer the question though, for me, I feel like it's always like a situation or just like some type of moment that happens where it's like you kind of, it's like a recollection of like, oh, all right, bet this is my dog. Like, I can attest to us riding bikes, getting caught in a storm, like kids, maybe 15, maybe 14, 15.
15 that time. 15.
And it's like, yo, we got caught in a storm, like
one hurricane category 5.
I'm talking about
but
like
summertime, so we in shorts, t-shirts.
and I'm talking about like bro, on some like I can't even see. We ride
Nah,
bikes.
it was really like
it
that. It went from
No,
like
I've been, I know what you're
it
talking
went
about.
from like, oh, Sting, it's about to rain to just straight down, coming straight down. Like, luckily we went under like an underpass thing where we had to sit there for a second, like, yo.
So it was like,
and it stopped raining as soon as we got to where we needed to get to.
nah, real talk.
No,
And like
completely.
for me personally, it was the like my dog was down and out. Like he couldn't even see. It was that bad. He couldn't even see. You feel me? I didn't get us there like I picked him on, but I helped guide us to get to her
yeah,
to
you took the
safety.
lead.
Like you
You
feel
took the
me?
lead, yeah.
And
Y'all see these long eyelashes, bro? Like them things was covered. I'm like, bro. I was like, and then we completely covered, like wet from the rain. We were wet from the rain, completely
Nah, I'm
drenched
talking
from the
like,
rain.
you could take
So it
this
was
joint
like
off and wring it out.
yeah.
like,
So it
I
wasn't
feel you.
no
I've
good,
been in
like
the same
trying to like wipe
situation
my face
without
because I'm
bike.
like, yo, like everything's wet, like I'm
So,
covered. Pause.
Like so it just for me personally, it's just like a couple of situations that make you feel like, yo, it's we down and out. Like if anything go wrong, ain't nobody even going like had anything happen to us at that particular moment, nobody would have knew. The people that we seen, bro, they just left us like a half hour ago. We our parents is like, well, they did their thing. They did their little normal, you know what I'm saying? They hanging with each other. For them, that's more than enough. Like, oh, I know Ed is with bros with Ed. They Gucci because they don't never get in no trouble. So it's like you go from nobody ever knowing where you at to it could be over right here.
Yeah.
So
I promise, still to this day, I'm glad I was not with you that day because mine would be
Yeah.
looking at me. She, oh my God, I would have had to.
Yo.
Oh, she would have let me
my
have
mom,
it.
my mom, shout out to bro because that's still my man to this day. I ain't gonna say what he did to me. I felt like he did to me, but
You know he was there for the birthday.
But,
Other
like,
man's Mike.
my mom hated. She looked at it as like, bro, ran off me. Hated this man for like at least a good year or
I know
two.
you're talking
Like,
about now. I'm like-
hated bro. Like talking about. So we get back to the crib when bro finally came around. My other man who was with him. She ain't even say nothing to bro. Like she just, hey Marcus. Like so it was like Then it was like, yo, where was you at? Because I know if you was with him, y'all would have never did. So it was like,
Yep, because she let me. She told me that. That's why I was just in my head like, whew. I'm
Yeah.
so glad I wasn't there because I would have had to hear it just as much as he had to. Like I was like,
Yeah.
yo.
But for me, yo, it's just like it's like a monumental type of moment where it's like stuff is all bad or something, or it's just like that type of situation where it's either all bad or it's about to go one way. Like it ain't no
solidifies it.
yeah, like it's no left. This joint about to go all right, like straight crash course. What you about to do with me, bro? Because this literally all we about to have. So it's like when you don't show those, because I would lie if I say I'm not nervous in the aspects, but I've been in it so many times. It's like a here we go again type of nervousness. Like damn, I'm about to get into this again. So like when somebody show up and it's like, oh, I ain't dolo, you know what it's like to you got them friends that's really them, and you go into them certain you feel it like it's like, all right, I don't feel as like I gotta be as cool as I would have been if I was dolo because I got people that I know if this joint go a certain type of way.
Facts.
So
No, that's facts. For me, it would be understanding because in a long 20-year friendship, you go through so many peaks and valleys.
Right.
So like it can be a situation where your man just needs space. It could be 3 years of space, but that's still your dog. You don't got to switch up on him because he needs space. And sometimes niggas don't know how to tell you they need space. Sometimes they just take it, and you just gotta be there. To check.
Nah,
You good?
I'm that person for sure. Like he knew if he ain't hear from me, like if he tried to call me twice and ain't hear from me, he know like back then I would probably just take like a week, like yo, I don't want no socials, I don't want to look at nothing. But this is like early days, like so like MySpace stuff. Now it'd be like I might go missing for like 3 months. Like,
it's a great word though.
I just try not to always just put my age. You know what? I'm proud of my age. I'm not getting older. I'm getting better.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I don't say ages, but like I'll say I'm at a big age. I feel like now I'm at a big age. So
I feel like
you just crossed over. That's why.
Yeah.
Nah, even to piggyback on some of that stuff, it's like like how like for me, it's been a test of people wanting to see if we really are that cool.
Yeah.
And even in the music, like when we did music coming up, like I feel like a real peek into us becoming like even stronger brothers than we was at that point. I'll never forget we was having a conversation. We was walking on the side of the road, like back in where we was living at. It's no like sidewalk. You just walk the road. Like,
Mhm.
and we was doing music heavy at this time. We really gaining that, like, yo, they young boys can rap. People coming out the woodworks, whatever. And I just remember it was a situation where it was a ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg type of situation where it's like, yo, y'all nice, y'all got it. Who gonna be first though? Like, and I felt like personally, I feel like I remember I felt like it was weighing on him, like, because how he elaborated to me, like, bro, you the reason why some of this stuff even go a certain type of way for me. I'm throwing it right, bro. I'm not even as good if it's no you. So XYZ, whatever. But I just remember just feeling like he was stressing on it, like, and I just LeBron and D Wade is like, yo, y'all both at the peaks. It's not working if somebody don't take a backseat, like,
Facts.
and it's like, bro, I had to let him know, like, yo, bro, I'm not worried about all of that. What people think, bro. If you got to be first up, you listen,
And-
bro. Like,
And realistically, I would definitely say that that was a big thing that I saw, like as far as like when people are, especially men, when you're willing to do that. So it's like we got the pictures in Atlanta, like when we're repping my brand, like because we were marketing me like as an
Yeah.
artist. So it's like I'm like, yo, he's a whole artist, but he's taking that back seat to wear the shirt. Like, yo, no, he's the best right now. Like he's the best doing it.
Yo.
But at the same time, I made sure, like when we were part of a label before, like before that situation, because
remember
I was marketing myself to get part of a different label. This was in Atlanta, but this one was in Jersey, the first one, and they wanted me. They heard me and all this, and they was like, "Yo," they came with the paperwork. But before I was like, "Okay, I don't move without him though." So then they came with a deal for him at the same time because I'm like, yo, like that's just one of them things. Like, yo,
Yeah.
because a lot of the ones you like, a lot of the songs you like too, he's on them. So like it's definitely because you were shocked. I put you on my best song ever.
Yeah.
Like, so like
Nah,
you was
real.
like, you was because you even said it, you was like, yo, I don't even think I need to be on it.
Yeah,
But it was like, I
nah.
said, nah, bro, get on it.
And for me, like, I always felt like, yo, he always looked out for the cookout. Like, it was never, pardon me, it was never really a time where it was like, yo, I got this, John. Like, you ain't. And I feel like for me, it probably was a subconscious thing for me, like how they used to say, like, I was that guy in basketball. Like,
Mhm.
and if people always try to make you seem like you was taking second fiddle to me because I wasn't from out there. And I never like stuff like I'm just me. Like how I give it out is how I get, but I'm always gonna smile. I'm trying to bring people with it. I ain't never feel like I could score 30, give you 30. I never was.
Oh,
I'm trying
man,
to.
he's definitely that player.
Like, yo, bro,
True point guard.
go get that. Like, you got the mismatch. It's like, bro,
Mhm.
you a 99 overall on an 87 right now, bro. I need you to dunk. It's like,
go off.
damn, my fault. For real, I saw you open about 4 times. I'm trying to get you open.
You
And it's
need
like,
that
so
in
like,
ball.
so like for me, it was just always like a Jordan Pippen thing. Like I never was taken back from being Pippen because Pippen got 6 rings. Like
Yeah.
And
Mike is
Jordan-
the man. Mike got the shoes. He got. I want to
Pimpin's
be
still
like
man,
Mike
too.
But when you talk Mike, they always mention Scotty.
You got to.
Jordan even said that. He said, "Yo, it's no Jordan. When you talk about me, you got to talk about Scotty."
So
Man,
it's
you
like,
can't
so
imagine that situation without
for
Scotty.
for me, like
Realistically, yeah, like
building that friendship, it's like, bro, they want me to be They want me to be Mike, but it's like, Mike, if I don't got Scotty, or even in them in certain roles, it's like, yo, you ain't never really see him take a second fiddle, but it's like certain things, it's like, all right, I need you to do this for me. Like, I need you to take Magic 94 feet. Like, I need you to do that for me.
Yeah.
It's for us.
Oh, yeah.
It's for us for sure.
Scotty was
But if y'all
definitely
know
the only
that,
person that
if
did
y'all
that.
know that I take us there, I'm a lead the charge. I'm doing a lot for y'all too.
Yeah.
So, hey, bro, I need you to shut that down. Like,
Yeah, no.
if we gonna be
Scotty's.
anything, exactly. So if we gonna be anything, bro, what they want from me, bro, I need you to dog him. So, yeah, I might got the shots and but I always looked at bro like, yo, if you ain't hit that 3, we was down and out. Or if
Facts.
you ain't tighten him up, we was down and out. You know what I'm saying? So I
And
never wanted to always take that shine because it's like, yo, y'all don't know. I done seen this man do a lot behind the works. Like,
Yeah, and that's facts. That's
and,
facts.
and I think Jay, we're kind of in that space right now, even doing this, like where I feel like it almost feels like that, like, yo, Jay's willing to take a step just to make sure that I get out there. Like, and that's what I said. That's what I said. Like when I was told that, like, yo, you gotta talking about you specifically, like, yo, you gotta look at when people offer to do things like that for you, and just because they want to see you win, you gotta pay attention to that. And that's why I say I go back to like because both of y'all, I was like, yo, it was like, y'all know I was in a dark place like recently, and you seen it a lot more just over time, like how I dealt with things because you were there for things like I don't even think a friend is supposed to be there with, and you know what situation I'm talking about specifically.
yeah.
And I was like, because that's something that like blew me.
Even
But
when you talk about it, I'll be thinking about it like, yo, like I even say like I was not supposed to be there for that, bro. Like,
it was one of them things. So I'm like, so I always say like places I was and how I felt, even though y'all always see me do certain things that y'all probably thought were impressive, but it was still a way that I was looking at myself and how I felt on the inside. But I had to sit back, and I said it to him before. Yo, sometimes I wish I can see who you see. Like I don't see that in the mirror. Like, and that's just me being transparent. But then like Jay, when you came around, I feel like you came around when I was at the lowest mentally that I've ever been, like where I'm really like, yo, like, cause it's so weird, like where I was in a feeling like, yo, I'm supposed to be happy. Why am I not? And I do,
Yeah,
and
that's a big realization.
I did suffer a lot with imposter syndrome. Like, as far as the aspect, like, I don't think I deserve anything. So, but it was like like Jay, when you started saying things, I was like, okay, it must be something that I give off because I really don't feel like I'm this person, but for somehow he's still telling me that I am. So at some point it had to click in me like, yo, maybe you are that. And one thing he told me, this is the one of the greatest things I've ever heard, but it's one of the toughest things that a lot of people deal with. He said to me, he said, yo, stop being afraid to be great. Like, and I feel like I'm in that place now of like, now it's like it's no stopping me now because I took care of things that I felt like, yo, y'all may not have known that I had those insecurities, but I knew I had them. And I knew I could never, because he even said to me, like, yo, but I seen you do this, that, this, and that. And you're telling me you wasn't confident?
Yeah,
Like,
I appreciate the credit you gave me, but you got a nice resume.
not yo,
And
bro.
I watched it, I saw it, so it wasn't. It's definitely in you, but it's definitely you got a body of work too. So I don't want you to discredit. Like, yes, I have an eye. I thank you. I appreciate it. But you also have done the work for years.
For sure.
So
bro.
if you see somebody in a period of that where it's like, yo, if I gotta remind you that you did the work, I'll remind you, yo, you him.
and that's like that's what y'all did. That's what you did for me. He just did it. He put more of a battery in my back because that's when we really spoke about it when I opened up to him about it.
You can go into them stories like
Yeah.
you can really pinpoint them out for you to understand. Like, Jay, I watched you do this, bro. Like, so for you, you can put yourself literally right there. Like, damn, me and bro was right there. I was doing that.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Because some of the things I did forget, like where he put that visual back in me, and he was like, because he told me this is how he said it to me. He was like, he said, "Yo, the reason why I always tell you talk your shit that way, because I watched you work hard to get there. I watched you work hard for this. Like, so."
And not to cut you off. This is my moment. Is this camera on? Nah, but this this is a moment to give my brother his flowers from somebody that known him for 20 years, and to piggyback off of what he just said, it's like, yo, I literally watched you do things that I didn't even feel like I could do. And you were like, yo, bro, you know that you good at this or whatever. But like, I'm saying to you, like, bro, you stressing about this. I watched you literally like write rhymes while listening to music. Now, to the average person, that's just regular, whatever. To me, it's like, how can you listen to words and music and things that's kind of not scrambling you, but it's pinpointing where your mind could be at or should be at, and you still is free floating random words. Like,
No, that's
like
a lot of
through
brain
through
power to
listening.
be able to
Exactly,
hear
bro. Like,
and create.
so it's like for me, like I can listen to stuff. I gotta turn it off for a split couple seconds so I can hear myself get the thoughts down. Like, all right. Now I can go back to it. So it's like, bro, I done watched you do this. I done watched you do that. And like I said to you, it's like I literally I need you to get in that bag because I watched you put in the work to make yourself suffer in those ways. Like, yeah, you might have felt insecure. However, you can feel insecure and put on a show and not even realize that you're doing it. And I watched you do that continuously, bro. He was shy doing music, right? Couldn't nobody be in the room when he did this verse. Cool, bro. Do the verse in the same aspect of you not thinking about. I need, all right, like you're not thinking about. I don't want nobody in the room. Then you go let a bunch of people listen to the song. So it's like, bro, what like, you know, what's going on in your mind because you don't want nobody to listen to this verse while you're recording it, but you'll let people listen to the drum when it's done. That don't make sense to me. Like, so you don't even know that you contradicting yourself because what you want, you going for, but your insecurity is saying that how do I get there?
Yeah,
And
you
you're
don't
not
want to see
even
the criticism.
And that's one of the reasons why I say like it does look crazy because the Atlanta trips, everything,
Yeah,
it
for
looks
sure.
like yo, he's all in it, which I was. It was just still a way that
it's more
it's
so
just how
just
I
your
felt
confidence.
about me. And realistically, it's hard to change that. It's almost like the thing you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped. I'm just a little different where it's like I said, when I was told that, like, yo, you gotta really pay attention when people really want to see you win and they're willing to help you. And that's when it was like he said it earlier. I'm one of them people that's just a switch. Like I always say, like I admire him. I was like, he can walk and threaten somebody and walk away. I'm like, if I get to that point, I'm not gonna threaten you. I want to smack the shit out of you. Realistically, like that's why every time like I was mad or something, like he seen me be mad, I was just over the top, like type because it's like, and I'm not saying that to be like, I always
Yeah,
reiterate
no,
not to be
I
a tough
got
guy
you.
and all that stuff, but I'm just like, I'm just like, yo,
Real quick.
it's
No,
go ahead.
so real quick, because I know you're gonna feel some type of way about it. I gotta bring this up for it to be funny. I always get on him about not playing on the basketball team. Always get on him about it. He'll say whatever you're gonna say about it. I didn't watch this man kick everybody that I played with ass on the team. So it's like back to how we saying this, like, yo, his insecurity or whatever he feeling subconscious about, it's like, I ain't gonna. But it's like, bro, this person is an all cow defender.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 16 points, you just gave him 8. That's half, bro. Like, I don't know if you noticed. Hey, that's not easy to do.
Big.
Like,
That's big. Facts.
so it's like, bro, I done watched you go with I done watched you play with the elite scorers. I done watched you play with the elite defenders. I done watched you rap toe to toe, go in ciphers, go, you feel me, bar for bar with people that's popularity wise, yeah, they them. And then you get in that little circle with these doors closed, and it's like, yo, he can't even hold your water, bro. Like he ought to be out here rolling the red carpet for you. Like
And
he can't, you know what I'm saying?
and this is probably the last thing I say about that. Like just on that, I think what else made me realize at this point now is because like, yo, I always end up in that room, like where it's like people would love to be in, and just somehow I'm always just walking into it, like, and it's like and that's why
Bro, you destined to be great, bro.
that's why one of them things I was like, nah. Now when I go back in these rooms, I gotta be like a little more like I'm the same as you, Jay. Like when I was around, I'm gonna just say their name. When I got to be around Gilly and Wallow for a little, and like while my man's was working with Wallow, because originally it was like a situation they were working on, and he was like, "Yo, come meet me, come with me." So I come there, and as they're talking, I'm sitting there like, "Yo, I grew up on Gilly, but talk about something, but don't sit here quiet. Talk about something that where you can catch his attention." So I'm not sitting there like, "Yo, how can you put me on? How do you sign artists?" You know what I asked him? I said, "Yo, Gil, why your son don't box no more?" Because I like boxing, so I'm like, I'm really was interested. I'm like, "Yo, he was good." Like, and then me and him started chopping it up about other things that led to music, and we were talking. But I was sitting there in my head, oh, they doing business, so don't just sit here like you just some like, hey, like, yo,
Seize
think
your
of something like,
opportunity.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, and that same day, that was when the episode they got where Deshaun Jackson was there. That's that day. I was there that day. I just I had to leave around when he got there because that was a crazy week for me. I'm dealing with a death in a family. Like they were like that day they were dying.
Mhm.
Like the day after or something, or like 2 days later they passed. And at the same time, it's my little brother's birthday too. Like so, it's
Yeah.
like my week was like this.
Dramatic
Like
situation with inspiration.
yeah,
elements.
I always say that week felt like a dream because I said, yo, like I was in such high spirits and so low at the same time. And it was never in between. It was like this. Just go
Yeah.
up, come down, go up, come down. Like
Yin and yang of life.
You did one
Yeah.
of the things I kind of tell new creators too. Like I just was producing this pod for this other guy who is working on his show, and he did an interview for his first episode. And the key to great interviewing to me, because like one of my favorite interviewers right now is Sean Evans. He's the boy from Hot Ones. He does the most
Okay.
extensive research of anybody besides what's the boy with
I
the
know
with
I
the
know who
hair?
you talk about. I
What's
know who
the-
you talk about,
the-
but I can't remember his name either. But
What's
I know who you talk
the
about.
white? What's his name?
Like he got the glasses funny. Like I know who you talk about.
Cuz does not. He go above. Like he'll
Yeah.
get the memorandum of like, yo, remember when you did this?
You talking
Yeah,
about
He'll talk to like
He did it
damn,
to
what's his
Cole.
name? Yeah, he do it to everybody.
Yeah.
He always say something that refer to something that you probably was coming up as a rapper or whatever you do. I know it's
or
what is
before
his
you
name?
was in rap.
Is it
Nardo.
Is it
Nardo,
some-
yeah,
something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I might be talking about the Florida nigga though in my mind because that
he-
nigga
It's like
name is Nardo too.
Nardwar or something.
Nah, I
something
think
crazy
it's
like
that, but he be talking to people's grandmothers and stuff
But
like
I
that.
bring it up to say like, yo, you understood something about his life that would really make him talk and engage with you,
Mhm.
and that's what the audience wants.
Mhm.
Like, okay, yeah, like if we started, I was like, oh, who are you? Oh, what you do? And if I'm asking those surface level questions that I could just type in your name on Instagram and there go all those questions answered. What you do? Who
Mhm.
you been around? Oh, how's this? How's it? Because I mean, social media kind of tells your whole life story.
Exactly.
In this point age, so people want to hear those deeper things, like
Yeah.
like with Sean, that like he'll ask an artist and they'll go like, "Yo, nobody has ever asked me that," and it'll be fucking Shaquille O'Neal. Like nobody, you've been
Mhm.
interviewed your whole life, you have post games your whole life,
He-
and I found something about you that nobody ever asked you.
And I did the same thing with the biggest artist I ever interviewed. I did that with her because in her song she's talking about like, oh, she need a guy that move like the cartel basically. And I was like, you know what? Let me really ask this on camera because this is one thing I didn't see no one doing any of her interviews. I asked her, what kind of man do you really want? I said, because I know from for the audience, like people want to know, like, yo, what kind of man does she want? And they probably would have been shocked at the answer. She really said he don't gotta be like this. He can be a working man as long as he's like a good family man. And she said one other thing after that, but like, but like, she still had to be her. But she,
I wonder if that's still the same answer because as them people go higher and they get more used to being around the atmosphere, those answers changes a lot.
it's probably like it may went past the working part, but I think it's still probably along the same lines.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, do you feel like, because I'm gonna ask you a question in your own show.
all right, let's go.
Do you feel like you could be with somebody who's a non-creative as a creative, like, and really thrive together?
Like as if my partner wasn't like in
Like,
the same field.
Just non-creative. Like they didn't want.
Yeah,
I wanted to work a job, go to work 9 to 5. That's life.
yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine
You
with
fine
that.
with that?
I'm cool with
Okay,
that.
That's good.
I have
don't-
no. What about you?
I couldn't. It's the moments where I feel excited and joyous about this, and I want you to relate because it could be not. We could be in two different career paths, but your eagerness for more is what I love. Your what's the word? I use this word all the time too. Your ambition. That's not the word I'm looking for. But I use
Enthusiasm?
ambition. No, it's I think it's an old word, but my brain is like not there.
But you
right
love
now.
the enthusiasm that the
Yeah.
person can have with you.
Yeah, the enthusiasm, the ambition, the need for more than just what the world told us we were supposed to have.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
And
that,
I know
that
and I
for
know
me
your
is big to
situation.
me. So like I'm with somebody who's creative that pushes me like every chance they get and will pour into you with, and you can learn from them and you can gain from them. If I was when I was with people that weren't that way, I wasn't fully ever there. Like my best relationship, even my most toxic one but we were there. Like, it was toxic as fuck. Just every situation you can think of toxicity, it went on between us. But those moments when we were achieving those higher goals, it was great to be able to have those, like, oh yeah, yo, you killed that painting. I see what you did there, and I see how this is gonna be your series. Or I see how you started with me, like, oh, you started gaming, but now you pivoted here and you found your niche in this.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is always makes a great situation. And whenever I felt like it was somebody, because a lot of celebrities give you I could be with a regular person. I don't need them to do this. I don't need to do that. It kind of, if you don't have that, like, it's like draining. If you home and excited, like, yo, I got an interview with such and such is great, and like, all right, yeah, Keisha over there in marketing was getting on my nerves, like,
Yeah,
that's
and I
great.
think it does help as far as like the understanding. So now y'all know, yo, I know what it takes to do that. Like even after this, I went and I was like, yo, I commend you for doing this every week because I kind of forgot like how hard like it could be or like where your mind has to
The
be.
commitment.
So
That's what I tell everybody. This
yeah.
is a
So
fucking commitment.
so that's why I was like, oh no, I take my hat off to y'all doing this like every week because I'm just starting back up and I was like, y'all been for like a year and a half now, like
No,
like straight consistency. So it's like, but
their
me,
consistencies will make me hop on.
but
I was
me,
like,
but me,
oh, y'all dedicated.
yeah.
I'm with it. Let's get let's go.
But me personally, I don't necessarily, I like that the understanding is there, but I don't need that because I'm one of those like whatever you need to do to make you happy and what makes you the best you, do that. It doesn't have to be in the same lane because
Mhm.
a lot of things like I be saying, my mindset been like this since I was a teenager. I realistically never planned to have a job.
Same.
That's why he knows this. I was the last of the clique all was to ever get a job because I was like, yo, that music was like because it's a difference too. Like when your family's on board with it too. Like I'm like, so he's doing this. I didn't even know he was doing this. The first record we ever did, and if you listen to that, we did that on Acid Pro quality, terrible. Like, but I would, and this is in high school, so I was getting people coming up to me like, "Yo, Ed, let me hear the song." Like, "Yo, you killed that," and all that stuff. So I'm like, "Oh, this is one of the first things I ever did, like off rip that I was good at." But then when my family heard it, and the funny thing is, it just so happened my whole family was at our house. I can't remember what it might have been somebody's birthday. So my grandmother, grandfather, uncles, all of them were there. My sister found that CD and she went and played it, but the whole family was like, wow, this is really good. Like, so in that case, it was different. That's why with that, I went like so full-fledged to even things like people don't even know that only he knows and other people that are really close to know things we were around. Like I said, the Atlanta trips, the Miami trips, the um but well, both the Atlanta trips, like people don't even know. Like I said, like yo, we
Yeah, that
was at
second go
the
was
music,
crazy.
yeah. But then the second one was actually like really
Was
again
for that,
marketing
yeah.
myself like to be with another label. So people don't even know that about me because that's I don't put that out there anymore like that. I just like, and one of the things I realized realistically, I was like, oh, I'm just a gifted writer. That's what I believe I am like a gifted writer and like just being able to put out what's in my head. I think that's why podcasting is just a little it's kind of exciting to me simply because like I can kind of kill that misconception that I don't like to talk or
Mhm.
I have nothing to talk about or I'm not a friendly cool person. It's just like, yo, like sometimes like people don't try to get to know you enough. They don't ask the right questions.
But what you said right there is that you're not just a writer. You understanding your gift from God is big on how you can implement that gift in so much of what you do. So like
I love
me,
that.
if you sum up what I am at the beginning of the day, is somebody who does not mind learning something new.
Yeah.
All this, I don't need a school. I don't need a teacher. Yo, if I wake up one day want to do some shit, I will learn every
For sure.
aspect
Or
of it.
constructive criticism too.
That's
Yeah.
that's really how he is. Like I can I can really attest to like how he says a switch. I didn't really like get a call off a wake up like, yo, bro, this is what it's just about to be. All right, cool. And it's like I never not take bro word for it, but to see him do it like right after, it's like, oh, bro, it's dead ass serious. Like what he said like about the not working to the podcast, everything like it cut to me. It's funny because it come from somewhere like and not for me, it's just like, I mean, like weeks. Like it'll be like a couple weeks ago, I'll hear about this joint, and I'll be like, damn, bro, about to turn up. And then one day I just get a call like, yo, I need you. And it's like, oh damn, this joint is full-fledged going now. And I ain't even know, but bro got this ball. He been having this ball rolling for so long. And just always to see it come out. For me personally, it's like, bro, 100% from the line. It always play out good for him.
Yeah.
As much as he might think about himself, or he might think that it's not this. That's why I just said like a little earlier, I'm like, bro, you destined to be great. Cause everything, you one of them type of people that always meet life halfway, and life always reciprocated because you go so hard for that. Now I always say, like, when you meet life halfway, when you're not bullshitting about what you're going for, it's always reciprocated. And I always use the stuff that we used to do, like, hey bro, I'm trying to get signed or whatever. Yeah, it might not have been to the level that we wanted it to, but at the moment, we was really signed. Yo, bro,
and
I'm
what
trying
you
to
speak into existence, and
Yeah,
like
and
you said,
heavy,
you wanted it. If you don't be specific with what you
Heavy.
manifest, that shit really you can manifest everything.
Even the job in the car is like, he like, bro, like, you know, situations happen, bro. He got turned off from something. It's like, bro, I gotta veer towards this. I'm talking like it felt like it only took like a month or something. Next thing I know, bro got a car. Like, you feel me? I'm like, damn, bro. Like, you feel me? This joint, like, even though for him, to me, it's like, damn. Like, but for him, it's like, bro, I'm not playing. Like, this joint is rolling now. Like, I don't got
I
time
got
to waste.
time. Yeah.
So it's like, it's cool. It's beauty.
Before you go, I want him to answer that question I asked you about: could you be with somebody who's not somebody who's been creative for as long as he has? Could you be with a non-creative?
For me, I think I might have to go with like how you feel. Like, I've tried it. I've been through it for years, or whatever the case might have been, in whatever relationships. It's cool. It's whatever. However, I feel like I might have to veer towards that because of the same reasons. Like, when I get excited for something, I don't get excited about a lot because it's life. Like, you feel me? You're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs. So I try to stay in the middle. And is it a good thing or bad thing? Who knows? Like, but I try not to get too high on stuff or too down because everything is a phase, in my opinion. So when you dealing with somebody and your happiness is on 100, I don't need your joint being on a 90 or you feel me, or 80 or because then it's like, damn, do you like, is it like, am I doing like it? Do you like what I'm doing, or do you believe in me, or like it start to just give you just a little self-doubt that personally I don't need. I don't, when I'm on my high horse, I like to stay up there because I already know I'm coming down. So it's like, bro, let me have that. Like, you feel me? So I don't want to come home from shooting a podcast and I'm telling my girls like, yo, mommy, that was dope. Like, I'm gonna have to talk to bro. Like, I might want to be a third, like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what I felt, I don't want to. Oh, all right, that's what's up. Like, I'm glad, I want you to be like, I'm glad you have fun. What y'all talk about? I want you to be just as engaged as how I'm speaking it to you. I feel like I want you to be just as engaged returning it, so I can at least feel like, all right, I'm doing something right for the day. Like,
not to cut you off. This goes back to what I always used to say. You can't say you're interested in someone if you don't show interest in their interest. Like, so it's one of those things, like, even like with you with gaming, she may not have liked it in the beginning, but seeing how passionate you are about it and how much you love it, it creates that, well, if he loves this so much, and if I say I love him and he loves me, maybe I don't have to go dive deep, but I can make him feel a little more like, yo, I like that you're doing it. So I'm going to ask, like, even if I don't understand it, he got to break everything down. It's more of, I'm showing the interest in it. So that's going to make him feel good. Because realistically, it does make us feel good. Like, oh, snap, they really paying attention. They see that I love this and they care about that. So that's what I always say is you can't say you're interested in someone without showing interest in their interest.
For the piggyback on that, I actually had a female say that to me. Like, and it kind of threw me a little bit because I wasn't really sure if she was being dead ass or where it was coming from, because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna make you like the podcast. I'm not gonna make you like my music, or I can't force
like it?
I can't force you. I can't force that on you. But for you to beat me to it, like, yo, listen, you going to the studio this weekend, right? Yeah, I want to come. I want to see how you create like that. And it's like, whoa. So, and then I had her say like, yo, Like, I can't be interested in you if I'm not interested in what you're interested in. And I'm just thinking, like, what you like when I ask her, I'm like, what you mean? And it's like, I don't have to love basketball, but I would like to watch basketball and understand what's going on because you're gonna watch this regardless if I was here or not. If we was dating, friends, just somebody sliding through, you was gonna be watching.
Or just to see why you love it so much. Not even to
Facts.
understand why do you love it so much.
And how you can gain love for it too.
So
By
it's like,
right.
I'm not asking you to know my favorite point guard shooting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you to know how to run the plays. I'm just asking you to for even if it's 2 minutes. Could you find a way to enjoy the 2 minutes? Or if you're not enjoying the basketball game per se, or whatever it is, I'm using basketball as a reference. Who's these players? Why do they do this? If he do this, you know what I'm saying? It make you, even if your girl could tell you, like, even if she wasn't 100% interested in that, just those questions, it make you feel it. Like, she might never play the game of her life. You so into it, so into it. Now she just come. What makes y'all like? What's the difference between the controller and having you know what I'm saying? It makes you feel good because it's like, oh shit, she want to know.
No, it gets to the point with girls like hooping, because growing up, it'd be like women can latch on and go deeper than you ever did. Like I had girls growing up like, yo, work on your right hand. What? What you mean? Work on your right hand. Like, yo, I'm watching. Yo, you're so. Yo, if you work on your right hand, you'll be able. You dominating even more. Word. All right, let me.
And then when you do it, you realize, okay, wow, like.
But it's that idea that, yo, this interest came from me, but now you're so deep into it that you can inform me.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'll never forget. I had a joint. She never, not a sports fan or anything. Super Bowl. I can't remember who was playing. I'm lying. It was the year my Broncos won. So I was working though. Kid you not, she texted me play by play.
Be like, yeah, I was there.
Like, she texted me play by play. She don't even watch football, bro. Like, text me play by. Oh, they just got a sack. Oh, they just did. And it's like, oh, you lit. Like, keep me, turn me up. Cause it's like, women got mad influence on how we go about stuff. Like,
oh my God.
A lot of influence, like up and down. Like, if I walk in the house, babe, if you ain't trying to give me it's like, damn, bro, she ain't banging with this joint, or it just make it, now I gotta sit and watch this joint, or I know, once this joint, she going right upstairs. But if she come, and the game come on, right? Oh, the Bulls play. Oh, she know my team is the Bulls. Hold up, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, then look, Zach LaVine dunk on somebody. It's like, oh nah, now you taking me up right now, like,
that's where I go. Okay, so I want to ask this question. I'll probably just end with this question. So we were speaking on, like, do they have to be in like that same field per se? How do y'all feel about, going back with friendships and everything like that? How do y'all feel about when people always bring up the supporting aspect of things? Or how do you believe you should be as well when you got friends that are in business and do creative works, anything?
For me, it go to, I don't expect nothing from nobody. So like a repost, like something that people expect their friend to do no matter what. Like, I'll go back to Meek and Wale. Having him put your picture as his thing is something that you don't need to expect, but they do. You love what you cherish, and you keep it with you. I don't need anybody when you do it for me, I appreciate it, but I don't expect nothing from nobody. So I don't need you to show up how I show up. I'm always gonna be me. I'm big on telling people, yo, can't nobody move my energy. That's it. Like, I'm gonna be loving, I'm gonna be caring. When I need to be something else, I will be. But I'm gonna make sure that I try my hardest to not let anything affect me. Like, I be at work and I be telling my youngins I work at, like, yo, when somebody come in here and they having a horrible day, it got nothing the fuck to do with you.
Sure.
It does not. It's their own situation. So why would you even meet it with aggression? What's the point? I'm gonna meet it with love. It kill it every time. Somebody go overly aggressive for no reason. I don't know you. It's well, I mean,
I ain't your enemy.
Well, what's wrong? That happened. Oh, I got you. Oh, you sure? No, I mean, we can do. I can do that. No,
right.
I got it. And they still like, man, I hate this. Not. Oh man, that's crazy. But nothing happened to me. Like, I'm still gonna be walking around here smiling. All right, cool. It'd be people that, yo, I don't even want to. I've only had a certain instance where people got me out of my character to the point to where people have seen the other side of me. And that's only because I feel like you disrespecting people around me. Like, now, if I'm being cool with you, like, that's why I like being a boss in every situation I'm in. I will control, I'll steer this ship. But the moment you start giving them too much of an issue, now I'm getting upset. Because it's like, yo, they don't I'm here. I'm everything you want it to be. Lead it, let them be. So for me, I think support is a verb, not a noun. And I think support can be anything, to the smallest thing to the biggest thing, but I don't expect it from anybody. I thank you for it. Because usually your biggest supporters, people don't even know you.
Right.
You know, for sure.
But like you said, that Meek and Wale thing, I was like, stuff like the little things like that just show sign of good faith. At least, like, at least you know, like, okay, at least I know they want this to be seen in some way. So,
What's the question again?
I said, how do y'all feel about
sorry.
friendships and like supporting if you got something creatively going on or like business wise, anything, selling merch?
Like, it's hard for, like, for me personally, I say it's hard for me to give an answer because of how I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's weird because, like, for me, like, I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I got real family. Like, all my friends is really my family. Like, in
Right.
real life, like you included. So it's like
That's where I'm
I
at now
can't
too. In life.
I can't really say it's a good thing or a bad thing because I got people that's going to do it just because. Like, I got people that's just
Right.
going to do it just because they going to do it whether I post a 10-second clip or a 2-minute clip.
Right.
And then I got people that don't really be on those social media platforms or whatever the case. They might not really see, or they might not really be like as hands-on as some other people. So they might got to reach out to you, or
Mainly everybody I'm around.
so it's like, so for me, it's kind of difficult because, like, I don't personally, we grew on that. Like, I don't expect nobody nothing. Like,
Right.
at this point, bro, if you bang with me, you bang with me. If you don't, you don't. I
Yeah.
can't. You feel me? So, however, for me, it's like, I'm trying to think who said it. Was it Rick Ross that said that, the quote that we always go by? Like,
I think I just that came up in my memories. The
I know. I mean,
like,
I know the slogan, but I didn't want to say it just yet.
or you talking about when he said like he said my dog got a TV show. No, he said we got a TV show. You see how I said
Exactly.
we
Yeah,
said, because
so
if that's my dog, you got to rep it like you own it. Like,
yeah, so like in that aspect, it's like it's hard for me to say that we really genuinely friends if you can't support something I'm doing, because in my eyes, bro, is people can attest, like, we don't talk, we might not talk at all for a whole 2 to 3 week stretch. Like,
Mhm.
not once, no message, no anything. Soon as you put up something for the podcast, it's right up there though. Like,
Mhm.
so for me, it's a difference. Like, I might not be there every day, I might not be there all day, but I'm there. Like,
I'm about to say, because we all grown, people got families and all that, so you can't. It's not like
Yeah,
one
and
of the
that's the
teenagers.
part
Like,
for me with that. Like, even besides families, you don't know what people are going through. So I
Exactly.
don't try and have any influence on all that. You could be going through whatever your turmoil is, whatever your trauma is in that moment, and that's why you didn't do it. So hey, that's
and,
fine.
and
and I said, hold on, once I said, and that's why I said, like, in that stretch that I just had, like, for like that year, I said, because I didn't want to bring that energy, the energy that I was carrying, like the negative energy around, and I said I respect everyone around me enough to not bring that in their space, so I kind of just kept my distance to keep myself, like,
Mhm.
to get that out of me and like build myself back up, because it really started within.
Do you have a voice in your head? Because I just heard everybody does it, like inner monologue.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, my inner monologue in that same situation and how I've trained myself to approach every relationship I have in life, then my inner monologue would go, well, hold on. Now, what if somebody can change that for you though? Like, what if you coming around all your negative energy and you get here and it stops right there?
No, I feel that.
All positivity. So that's how my
But
brain
that, but
goes
that's
to always the flip
but
side.
that's
of
what
it.
I said. Like, how you helped in that
Yeah,
aspect,
no, right.
because it's the, like, okay, now at some point I gotta believe what everybody's saying I am. Like, at some
Mhm.
point, like, where it's like, yo, I see this person, but everybody else sees this person. So at some point, I have to start believing it.
I'm definitely thankful for people like y'all you and your lady, and some of the other people he met because of it's like, yo, I'm just thankful that he can hear it. Like, you know, it's like, bro, I've been saying this to you for 20 years.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing that you don't know. But for you to be able to hear it now is cool. Like I feel like even in that can go back into the brotherhood, the friendship thing.
And that's big on you though for not changing your message. Like, yo, he didn't hear it. Some people he didn't hear it. Some fuck it. I'm off that. He don't care enough.
Oh no, he
But
didn't.
the motherfuckers who really love you and care about you, they will continue to pour into you until you wake up.
And it's like finding different methods. It's like, bro, I'm never gonna not tell you that you're great. I'm gonna have to find a different way. If I gotta learn it in Spanish, bro, like because I've been there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like for y'all to what y'all creating, for me to see what I'm seeing now, it's like, yo, now I've been there. So for you, for whenever you make it, it's like, damn, I'm gonna be so thrilled because I know where it started from. Like, it's like, bro, I was there when you feel me, XYZ in this space, like with XYZ upstairs or running around. I was there for that. Yeah. So when you get that big space in this, you know what I'm saying? You got whatever you wanted to do. You wanted to get into this. You wanted to get into that. You got the couch to do it. You got the pics up here. You got the big flat screen back there. It's like, damn, bro, I remember he had half of that. Like,
right.
A third